All right, welcome back to the Recruit Pursuit podcast. I'm co-host Devin, and Evan is not joining us today, but I'm joined by Tayon Sessoms, West Seattle High School. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good, good. All right, so to start, I wanted to go back to like the beginning of like before last season. What were some things that you wanted to improve on going into the year?
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, it was cutting out a little bit.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll do that again. All right. Let's go back to the beginning of before last season. What are some things that you wanted to improve on going into the year?
Um, Definitely just my mindset. I feel like last year it was a lot easier for stuff to get under my skin and just affect the way I played. And you could see it, anybody could see it. Um, my shooting, uh, I could shoot inside, but once I stepped out the three, I kind of struggled, and that was a big point this summer to work on for this season.
What are some things that you did to improve on those?
Um, Just so my AAU coach, he helped me out a lot with that. Brian Johnson. So just working out with him. Donald Watts, I work with him a lot too. So they helped me a lot this summer.
Overall, how do you think the season went for you guys last year? I know it's a tough conference, but how do you think it went overall?
Overall, I think it was okay because we started really strong. I think we started 10-0. And then our team got COVID and that kind of threw a wrench in everything. So we came back and we had the next game was prep after our COVID break. So a tough team. And we lost that game. And then we kind of just weren't the same after the COVID, but then we beat a couple of good teams after that. So overall, I think it was pretty good.
How do you think it was for you specifically from the beginning of the season to the end of it?
I think the end, like from the beginning and the end, I think I made a huge jump. I kind of asserted myself more towards the end and found just where I fit. As the beginning, I was just struggling, trying to find out what I needed to do to have us win. So yeah.
What do you think made it click on what you needed to get done or what you needed to, do to, elevate your game?
For this season or in the future?
Both.
For this season, I just always heard I passed a little too much. So this year, I was just more, I just kind of had a scorer's mentality while also trying to be a point guard and make sure everybody was where they needed to be so we could get the right plays. And then in the future, I need to develop a floater because Metro mimics college basketball pretty well, like
Hmm.
the size, the length, the speed. But I've just found possessions where I would go up, and you can't go up against someone that's 7 foot when you're 6'2". So developing a floater for sure, that's going to be the biggest part of my game next
What
or
are
developing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. What are some guys within the Metro League that you liked going against and competing against?
The top one was definitely what was his name? The little dude from Prep, Braden Smith. I
Hmm.
love playing against him. He's going to Colgate. He's just a competitor. Like we were playing, and there was just a point in the game where you could just hear him. He was like, "I'm not going to let my team lose," and just going against that makes you better. Um, Obviously, the Garfield kids are really good. All of them, they, they beat us, but it was fun to play against them. That kid from Franklin got a lot of respect for me this year too. Was it Jamari
Hmm.
Jackson? So
Yeah,
I think he's definitely nice. I like the way he plays.
me too. Actually, he's a really solid shooter.
Yeah, he's a
Uh,
sleeper too. I feel like I didn't really hear too much about him. Like when we played Franklin, we were game planning for the other kid, and then Jamar
oh,
kind of
really?
came out and gave us a run for our money.
under the radar kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I got a lot of respect for him.
Overall, how do you think your recruiting process went for you? I know you're going to North Idaho, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How do you think the process was from the start of it to, when you chose North Idaho, and then what led you to choose North Idaho?
So the process was great. Like I met a lot of great coaches. Um, just in particular, the George Fox coach was just like one of the best people I've met. So just talking to them, all of them were really cool. They're just like they have humility, and I feel like a lot of coaches don't really have that. They just want you to they want to get you in their program. They don't really care to like take the time to talk to you. So that was special because I feel like I've talked to other people and they're like, yeah, the coaches don't really care, but I didn't feel that at all. But um, I definitely feel like so I was getting recruited at the D3 level, which you don't get full scholarships, and that was a big driving factor. I just wanted to make sure I got everything paid for, so that was a big reason for JUCO. And then what steered me to North Idaho was just their track record. Um, they just the proof is in the pudding, kind of. They just send kids everywhere.
Hmm.
Um, and the coaching there is crazy. Like they're a real family. I went and visited, and they're just a real family. The kids get along with the coaches, and it's obviously business when it's game time, but besides that, it's fun. And then they have an assistant coach he's kind of the trainer. He's just like a real positive dude, and it's gonna be easy to be around him every day.
That's awesome. That's great to hear too, that it was like a family environment. When you went on the visit, did you get to do like a sort of scrimmage with them, or get to play with the team at all?
Yeah, so we did a little run. So we played probably like 6, 7 games.
How was that
Just
playing
getting
against that kind of competition?
It was amazing. So I played with the big, and it was just it's when you set a screen and coming off the screen and being that wide open because the dude sets that good screens is fun.
So you mentioned that
But
you
just
wanted to improve on getting a floater. What are some other things that you want to improve on before you get to North Idaho?
um so I got hurt towards the end of the season and took a break. So I've been kind of out of shape. So just making sure I get back into that shape where I can play deep because I'm gonna be a point guard down there. So just making sure I can guard their point guard and take them out the offense the whole entire game. So just being in shape and then change the direction because I watch just some of the old games and just seeing I go one speed, one direction the whole time. So kind of making sure I change speeds and directions.
Did doing those runs with those guys during a visit that kind of help you um on like an outlook on what you need to do specifically as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I got to play against the current point guard right now and just guarding him and getting a feel for it. I definitely. Oh, another thing is lifting. I've started to take the weight room a lot more serious because you're a high school kid. You go in there thinking I'm that guy and I can just do whatever,
Hmm.
and then they kind of push you around. It kind of humbles you. So yeah, that's been the emphasis too.
That's great. I like that. I can't wait to watch you there next year, and wherever you go beyond. So I got some bonus questions, off
Okay.
topic. What are some guys in the NBA you like to watch, or maybe like monitor your game after, old or new, either way?
Um, that's a good question. I don't really watch that much NBA, but I don't. I like Chris Paul to model my game after. Obviously, just like a really good point guard.
Mhm.
Steve Nash is probably my favorite point guard to watch. Um, I like Jason Tatum, but I don't want to model my game after him.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
So yeah,
Those are great choices.
it's more of the point guards I like to model my game after.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite player in the NBA?
Right now, probably KD or Jason Tatum for sure.
That's a good choice. Good
So it was
choice.
cool to watch them go head to head.
Yeah, that Celtics defense was
Yeah, it was crazy.
they were crazy. You think they're going to beat the Bucks, or who do you have in the playoffs?
I think the Bucks are gonna go to the finals again
Yeah,
because
me too.
they're just Giannis. You can't. There's nothing you could do with Giannis. They might repeat. I don't know.
I personally hope not because I'm a Suns fan
Yeah.
myself.
Okay,
So
so you want Suns?
yeah, I'm hoping because I don't want to get there again and lose, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it's probably going to be Bucks and Suns again.
I think so too, but I mean, I don't see how we can stop Giannis.
Yeah.
I mean, DA is the only guy who's kind of big enough, but I think Giannis is a lot more athletic, obviously.
Yeah, Giannis is just he's different. There's
Yeah,
no stopping that.
they'll probably repeat. Oh well, it's fine.
Yeah.
You have any questions for me?
Just what made you and Evan start the podcast? Because I remember talking to you before and I never really heard about it and then just kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, kind of when I started with prep hoops, me and Evan were just kind of talking about how, what's like another way that we can help get the Washington, basketball players some more exposure and another, platform just to kind of share their game and, talk about their game themselves. It's a good thing for coaches to see that as well, especially shows,
Okay.
your work ethic and things like that. So we decided to just set it up like this and just start talking to kids throughout the state.
Okay. Yeah. So you were with Prep Hoops, right?
Hmm.
So how's the summer look right now? Is it pretty busy?
It's really busy. I mean, there's tournaments like every single weekend.
So
There's,
do you travel or do you just go to the local ones?
I mean, it differs. Usually I just head up to my local ones, around here, but I'm also kind of far up. So I kind of got to go down a little bit anyway, because I'm up here
Okay.
in Bellingham. So I got to go down anyway. It's not much
Okay.
up here,
Yeah.
but usually I just stay within my area. And then there's usually other people, throughout the state, the other scouts.
So where is Evan out of? So are you just like the Seattle kind of area and is he anywhere else?
Evan's in Shoreline. So he's more like
Okay.
definitely Seattle area. I like to
Okay.
focus on the kids up north a little bit more in NWC. I don't know. It's super small, but I like to get them a little bit more exposure.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. Are you still with what's it called? Treasure Valley? Are you still helping them out?
Treasure Valley, yeah, I was helping Cam out personally, not Treasure Valley really specifically, more so just
Okay.
Cam. But I actually was helping Riley, the women's coach, a little bit, and I sent her some girls every once in a while as well. But it's a lot harder to find um, the female athletes, honestly, than it is the male.
Yeah, I definitely think that for sure. Like our girls team, Jaden's Isaiah goes to school with me. Jaden, she's one of my good friends. And I don't think she gets the credit she deserves. So I definitely think that's cool to like focus on the girls basketball too, because I feel like all we talk about is boys basketball, boys basketball.
Yeah, 100%. Evan's also a writer for the girls' side, so we're hoping that maybe we can get some girls to do some interviews as well, help them get some exposure that way.
Okay, that's what's up.
You have any more questions?
Nah, I think that's it for me.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm sorry Evan wasn't here, but I can't wait to watch you at North Idaho and hear about how everything goes. I'm always a text away if you ever need anything. And yeah,
All right, for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that.
yeah. Thank you, Tayon.
All right, take it easy.